Well, the short answer to the video title is no, Zenless Zone Zero will probably not EOS anytime soon. Sorry to disappoint anyone already preparing for the coffin, but Hoyo isn't pulling the plug tomorrow. But as you can tell by the length of this video, that's not everything I have to say. Because while I don't think ZZZ will literally die, I do think it's already showing some nasty symptoms. Let's be real, we can already see the decline happening in real time. Content creators are quitting the game, jumping ship to literally anything else, or sitting there watching their channels wither away because ZZZ content just doesn't pull numbers. The game barely gives any views, and even if you are still trying to make ZZZ content, what are you even covering at this point? The game's content is already stale, and while yes, this kind of drought happens in most gacha games, it hits ZZZ harder because the interest wasn't that high to begin with. If people weren't engaged at the start of a patch, why would they suddenly care in the middle of it? It's really basic math. Low interest plus no content equals no views equals no publicity, and no publicity equals no growth. Every gacha game has players leaving all the time, but healthy ones also have a steady flow of new players coming in to replace them. If you didn't know, when that balance flips and people quit faster than new players arrive, that's when a game starts dying. Not dead, but you're watching the slow bleed. And unfortunately, that's exactly what I see for ZZZ right now. Of course, the Cope Squad always shows up, but Zenless is making more money than X Game, but ZZZ made more money this month than last month. How can it be dying? Yes, because money spent totally means number of players, right? One whale dropping 10k doesn't magically equal 10k new players logging in. The two things aren't the same. ZZZ is still racking in a lot of money, no denying that. On mobile alone, it's averaging around 20 million a month, which is an insane number. That's still big boy money by any standard. But let's be honest, that average won't hold forever, at least not once real competition shows up. And right now ZZZ is coasting in on the fact that it has zero competition in its little niche. The urban setting 3D action RPG gacha game with modern aesthetics and colorful graphics, cute but fragile. Because next year the bubble bursts, NTE and Ananta are coming in, and they're basically gunning for ZZZ spot. They are offering the same shiny package, urban setting, 3D action combat, colorful modern city vibes, but from what we've seen so far, they're looking like they'll do it better. We're talking about better graphics, smoother story presentation, actual storytelling instead of Hoyo's trademark bloated snooze-fest dialogue dumps. NTE in particular already looks like it's avoiding the stagnant old Hoyo formula that's been rotting since Genshin. And that's not even the only edge. They're also packing more content variety, we're seeing way more minigames, more diverse systems, and yeah, an open world. Say whatever you want, but open world games just perform better. Whether it's because of exploration, immersion, or just that feeling of freedom, the average player finds open worlds more exciting. I don't personally care if a game is instance or open world. As long as it's fun, I will play it. But if we're being brutally honest, if ZZZ had been an open world game, a lot more people would have stuck around. Even current ZZZ players admit that. NTE and Ananta are banking on that exact demand. Open world, modern city gacha RPGs. And they're going to steal a huge chunk of ZZZ's player base. Now, will this kill ZZZ? No, not really. But it will hurt. A lot. With players already trickling out now, we're going to see an even bigger wave leave when those games drop. I'm predicting ZZZ will fall from its current 20 million monthly revenue to somewhere around 5 to 10 million. And before someone screams at me in the comments, yes, that's still a healthy amount for a game like this. It's not pocket change, but it's a far cry from where it is now. And here's the kicker. Hoyoverse doesn't exactly reinvest heavily into their older titles after year 1. They cut costs. They did it with Genshin, they did it with Star Rail, and they're going to do it with ZZZ. You can already notice it. So if ZZZ takes a hit, do you think Hoyoverse is going to say, "Oh no, let's give it more resources to recover"? Please. What will actually happen is more cost cutting, more quality drop, and more power creep shoved in to squeeze extra money out of what's left. And that cycle always makes things worse, not better. But here's where the real shakeup happens. ZZZ won't be considered one of the big 4 gachas anymore. Right now, those big 4 are Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless Zone Zero. But fast forward a year and I don't see ZZZ holding onto that seat. Genshin, WoA and HSR are probably safe, but Arknight's Enfield is coming, and even though it's not a direct competitor to ZZZ, it's still going to rank higher. That would technically make it the Big 5. And then NTE and Ananta enter the picture. Once those games launch, whichever one comes out first, or whichever one ends up actually delivering, it's going to completely boot ZZZ off the chart. If both are good, then ZZZ is definitely out. No debate. Its spot in the top gachas will be gone. And that's when people will really start saying, yeah, this game is dying. This is of course just my humble but 100% right and it's going to happen prediction. Will I be right? We'll see. Maybe yes, maybe not. But hey, it's my opinion. So to wrap everything up nice and neat, no, Zenless Zone Zero will not die outright, but it is already losing players. That slow bleed is visible now, and with the competition on the horizon, it's going to drop hard, both in terms of players and in terms of revenue. It won't disappear, but it will lose its top dog status, and it won't be sitting on the same tier lists as the big boys anymore. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think NTE and Ananta will flop? Do you think ZZZ might actually hold its ground against them? Or maybe you think Hoyoverse will just pull the plug early to save face? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Anyways, like and subscribe, as always, stay critical, and bye bye.